Though up until this point we've been using the default workspace in Toon Boom Animate, there are several other options, as well as the ability to create your own workspace. To change your workspace, you want to go up to Windows, Workspace, and come down to Workspace. And right now we're looking at the default setting, but we also have Animating, you can change this also to Compositing, as well as we can change this to Hand-Drawn Animation. Now, although those settings are really good, I tend to have my own custom setting, and that's the setting we're going to build now and we'll be using throughout the rest of the chapters. So I want to go to Windows, Workspace. I want to set this back to default. And now I want to go to Workspace and Workspace Manager. So I'm going to select the default here, and I'm going to duplicate this by hitting our little plus sign. Now select this, which is called Default 2. We'll rename this. And I'm just going to call this Tony Cutout. Now I'm going to select this and add this to our toolbar. And we'll select this here, click Apply, and then click OK. Now I want to make sure I'm using the correct workspace, so I'm going to go to Windows, Workspace, come down to Workspace, and it's still set to default, so I'm going to go to Tony Cutout. All right, and now what I want to do is start manipulating how this is going to be set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of a few of the toolbars here. The File toolbar, which I rarely use, and the Edit toolbar, and also the Tool Properties toolbar. So go to Windows, Toolbars, and we'll deselect Edit, and File. So now both of those are gone. And last but not least, we'll get rid of the tool presets here. Let's go to Windows, Toolbars, Tool Presets. And so right now I have the playback as well as my advanced animation. Now I want to add a toolbar. Let's go to Windows, Toolbar, and I want to come down to Workspace. Now by default this is sitting down here, so I'm going to click and pull this and place this right next to my advanced animation. Now, that sets the toolbars. As far as the windows, I have a few changes to make as well. I'm going to select the X sheet, and I'm going to turn that off, simply by pressing the X here. And I'm going to lift my timeline so it's on its own. And we'll come back to that shortly. So we have the color, you have tool properties. The library itself, I want it to be right under the color and tool properties. So I'll click and pull this out. And now I want to place this directly under color. So make sure this line shows up. And that's the line I'm looking for. So I'll let go. So we have that set. And the next thing I want to do is grab my timeline. And I want to grab the tab here and place this directly beneath the camera view. So I'm waiting until I see that little line pop up right there and let go of the mouse. And so now I have this adjusted. So we have our toolbars going across the top. We have color, We have tool properties, and we have our library here with our drawing substitutions. And I want to add one last window here, and that's our camera view from the top. So let's go to Windows and come down to Top. Now I'm going to partner this with the color and tool properties. So I'll grab our tab here until I'm seeing both the color and tool properties selected, and I'll let go. And so now that's part of that group. So this is our new custom setting, and I'm going to come up here and make sure I save this workspace. So now if I go to default, here's our default setting. And now let's go and change it back to our custom setting. So Windows, Workspace, Tony Cutout. Okay, so we have our new custom setting. One additional thing you may want to check into is to make sure that you're not overwriting your workspaces by accident. To do that, you want to go to Animate, Preferences, and under General, under Save, you can have automatically save workspaces, but I have mine turned off. So now that we have our custom workspace set up, let's move forward and start working in Toon Boom Animate.